Hey there, friends. Quick early morning video for you here on Thanksgiving morning. By the way, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you and your families have a very safe and fruitful Thanksgiving. I just want to let you guys know I pulled down video that I put out yesterday on the Canada-U.S. border thing that took place. They're calling it a crash. Some people, including myself, called it terrorism. I truly believe there is a level of terrorism involved. I do not think that we are being told the truth right now. However, with the official reports that are coming out, they're saying that, and you've seen the video, that a car launched and supposedly the impact going at a high speed, coming down and hitting, that the gas tank erupted and blew up. I have several questions, like how does somebody drive a Bentley that fast at a border crossing? What was the point there? There were two people in the car, so if somebody had passed out or whatever, hard for me to imagine that that car still would have been speeding that fast. I think there's a lot of questions that are unanswered right now. And going into a busy weekend like this, it's easier for the federal government and the state government in New York to say that this cannot be and is not terrorism. So I'm going to use their line right now and say that it's not terrorism, just because that's the official word on the street. I pulled those videos down because I don't want to be the one accused of passing bad information out, even though I have sources that have told me who know that this was in fact not what they're saying it is, that this was a suspected vehicle and that it blew up and that there were explosives in it. Nevertheless, apparently there are bigger things in motion that are dictating the spin of this story. And I'm not that big. So I took my videos down simply because I don't want it to, since there's an official account now saying that this was just an accident. Oh, it was just a crash. I don't want to look like, YouTube will take the videos down anyway, right? But I elected to take them down first because I don't want to appear that I'm giving out bad information. So again, I was told by a reliable source some things that took place that this person would know based on where this person worked. But that is not the official story according to the state of New York and the federal government. So I am going to retract those videos, which I have done. If you've seen them, you know what I'm talking about. Nevertheless, I always try to be fair in what I put out there. To be very clear, I am not a journalist. I want people to know this. People accuse people like me of being journalists all the time. Don't ever paint me with that negative garbage brush, because I would never be that low of a person based on the requirements of journalists today. They're garbage. They're absolute trash. They are giving opinions on things and lying about it and saying that it's news. I give my opinions on things and I don't lie about it. In other words, I don't try to pass it off as being news. I'm very upfront with the fact that I take information, I try to break that information down, I try to dissect that information, and I try to put out my opinion about what's really happening. So I never really ever have tried to say that I am a news source. I am not a news source, never claimed to be. So I am not in that same category as a journalist. I expect journalists to be honest and forthcoming with information and not give their political opinions, personal opinions, anything like that. That's what I expect from a journalist. Don't expect that from me, because I'm not a journalist. Again, my ultimate goal is to take news, look at it, read it, determine whether or not we're being lied to, or at least try to get more of the truth squeezed out by reading between the lines and trying to determine what the real source of information was, and seeing who's lying to us, maybe why they're lying to us. And then I try to get that information out. So again, please, some people always say, well, as being a journalist, you should do this. I'm not a journalist. And again, I never claim to be and don't ever want to be classified as one. I am simply an op-ed, an opinion piece. I take information, break it down, and I give you my spin on that, but as honestly as I possibly can. So you're not going to get lies in there. You're just going to get, in many cases, what my opinion is of the facts that I know of as they exist. So again, what I was given yesterday was simply information that I truly still believe. I believe the information that I was given yesterday. I do believe that this car was sent to a secondary processing place based on suspicion. And there was chatter and still is chatter out there. This is a fact. Chatter was released, or at least disclosed, that there was something that the bad actors out there are calling for between yesterday, Wednesday, and the end of this weekend, Thanksgiving weekend. So the quote threat, if you will, is not gone. But as I would say this anytime on a busy travel weekend like this, regardless of what the chatter is, be careful. There's bad people out there. There's evil people out there. These people don't care what holiday it is. They don't care about Thanksgiving. Evil exists to disrupt our lives and make it worse. And they don't ever celebrate any positive things in life because their lives are so trashy and evil and corrupt and upside down and dirty and just disgusting. So they don't, when people, I can't believe this happened on this holiday or that holiday, they don't care. And again, they capitalize on the fact that we have so many groups of people that will be coming together in mass quantities over the next few days. And that's what they look for, because they're trying to carry out terror and their evil plots and things like that. So guys, please be careful out there. Please keep your head on a swivel. Don't let anybody by telling you that, oh, well, there's no threat of terrorism. Don't let them convince you that there's not a threat that will constantly exist out there. Even once one is eliminated, there's thousands, maybe more than that, that are still out there seeking to do you harm.